and Sean Malone.
Thanking you, Scotty Sumo Stevenson. So one book to go through. Let's find out now, Willie Losse, who they'll be up against in the Cup semi-final. Fiji v Kenya. The showman in the form of Fiji, but Kenya are well supported here and they can trouble when on song.
Well, that's true. They suffered a loss late yesterday against South Africa by 7 points, but today's a new day and you come with a clean slate. That's all about how you start your preparation. Two sides that are well supported all around the world.
Just hearing that roar, day one. In terms of support, obviously the Aussies were well looked after, but the Kenyans and the Fijian fans here in Sydney went ballistic. Headed up on the far side of the ground, away from our camera decks by the Vitendua crew. They are going to make some ruckus. Look at that. They had a points differential of 80 points to 5 before sneaking home against Argentina. That man was key to the chances. Savanatha Rawatha. Such an air of expectation around the ground. Matt O'Brien in charge of this one. Wherever these guys go, the Fijians, people just come alive because they play the game so well, but they are up against some serious challenges in the form of Kenya. You can just see on the looks of the Fijians' faces that they know what they're up against here. They're up. They're ready to go. Kenya won't go the 10. Cup quarter-final action from Sydney instead of just settling on it. Kunatani, Semi Kunatani brings it in. We're going to open with a bit of fizz here. Why not? Through Rawatha. Plays it back in field and a little offload there to Kakonimbao. It's only taken 30 seconds and Fiji are already on the board.
Early mistake from Kenya at the kickoff. It didn't go the 10 metres and Semi Kunatani helped himself to it. And then they showed a little bit of footwork here from Rawatha, the ball on the inside. And Kakonimbao couldn't believe his luck. Sunday here in Sydney and in Fiji, and it was like the parting of the Red Sea.
Opened up a treat, didn't it, Willie Losse? And the conversion attempt is right on through the sticks. And Fiji lead 7-0 early on against Kenya. That's how you bring your supporters into the mix. Tuck them under the wing and hope to ride them all the way to the Cup semi-finals. 30 seconds. Try on the board for Fiji. That is just going to get there. Yep, and it's going to be taken beautifully by Kenya. An opportunity for them to hit back. It was a great run from Mbaka, who was wonderful on day one. So was this man, Rawatha. Across to Tuai. They're building up. There's a try score at Kakonimbao, and lurking on the far side is the enormous frame of P.O. Tuai. It's going to fall for Fiji. No look pass. Why bother looking when you got the skills of P.O. Tuai? Just throw it. It'll be on the money. Don't worry. Kunatani shrugs off one and out. Clears the pass. Kunatani finds Rawatha. Rawatha is running away with another 5-pointer for Fiji.
His fifth here in Sydney. What a finisher. A tremendous refereeing from World Rugby's Matt O'Brien. There was a high shot put on. He had his hand out. He was about to award the penalty and he just said play on, and play on they will. Have a look at the shot on here on Kunatani. That's too high. You can't go there. The offload. And then it was sprinter on sprinter. Rawatha against Injera. No contest.
Try scoring machine. 7 up at Rawatha. Kicks on its way and it's going to hit the upright and slide on through. It's all coming up rosy for Fiji.
This intensity matches the final. Sean Maloney, it's unbelievable. The crowd are on their feet. And the Kenyans are just making too many mistakes, 2 missed tackles, and they've given possession away to a very, very rampant Fijian side.
14-0, Fiji up over Kenya. Ravovo. Such sharpness about the play of Fiji. You nail it there, Willie Losse, in terms of the way they time their runs in these tournaments.
And look at the offloads there. Pio Tuai 23, Vinamalura is there, and Fijians in the first 3, the top 3 in offloads. And I can tell you that Fiji have passed the ball 10 times. Kenya have yet to pass the ball to a teammate.
They may rack one up here in a moment. No, Fiji are going to be able to maintain possession through Rawatha, and good work at the breakdown from Kenya, but they've conceded a penalty there, and Ravovo across to Semi Kunatani. 1 try assist already in this game. Jumping is the initial try scorer, Katoni Bao. Katoni Bao. Good luck stopping Katoni Bao, who wants another fight. Rawatha's on the spot, and he has 2. It's a party, baby!
Well, they've been partying in Suva and Fiji at the moment. In this form, you can't miss tackles against Fiji, and you can't give them space. Katoni Bao just went through the gap. Poor defence read from Umar. And, well, poor old Collins and Jeddah, he just looked up and saw a white wall.
And it is an enormous wall. It's like the wall in Game of Thrones. Great crowd at Sydney. They have come alive. They are loving what Fiji are doing. They're up 21-0. Hello to you watching back in Fiji. If you're in Nandi or Suva or down on the Coral Coast, perhaps you're in one of the villages that dot the Singatoka River. Good afternoon. Your men are flying here in Sydney.
Well,
Kenya, can they post their first pass after 5.5 minutes of action? You heard right.
no ruck.
They have not completed a pass. There it is. They're on the board. Kenya with a pass. Can they make it work? Shifted up the park and ask some questions of this Fijian defence. And in the way is Ayodi.
No ruck.
Had some classy touches on day 1. Adema. Uma. Doing wrong by the referee there, and Fiji just going to park it for the moment with Pio Tuai. Just tries to get his bearings.
A double blast normally means someone's going to the bin.
Deliberately not 10.
Well, back to 10.
Well, everything's just going the way of the Fijians. Pico Adema firstly with the mistake at the breakdown, and now he's been sent to the sin bin. Hard enough playing 7s. You go down to 6, 9. Impossible to try and stop the Fijians.
Semi Kunatani across the park to Rawatha. Rawatha will steer back into the traffic and then work to the outside again. He's almost impossible to stop when he puts his head down and goes. Pelini Thao across the park. He's Mr. Casual, Pio Tuai. Oh, just, excuse me, you're going to need to go that way, and I'm coming this way, says Pio. Across the park to Semi Kunatani. Jumps towards contact, reaches out. And we're going to have a little look-see here because Semi Kunatani doesn't look too confident in terms of scoring the try. Let's get a listen.
Do we need to check that? For grounding? Well, we're going to check it. Okay, we're going to check the grounding.
Referee video review is the request of referee Matt O'Brien.
And it's just the grounding that they're going to be looking at here. I think he's bounced it.
I'm going to let you call that one, Willie.
No try.
There you go.
Knock on.
Good start. 21-0. The score remains at half-time. Kunatani denied, but his team are just cruising here against Kenya. There it is. The Kenyans get the score. Well, Willie, what can Kenya do here? How can they possibly get their way back into this one?
Ask if they can put all the reserves on at the same time, perhaps. Go 12 on 7. Oh, look, the biggest mistake that they're making is that they're giving possession away. They've got to get physical. They've got to try and attract the Fijians and then play their natural game, but they've just been blown off the park. And it started in the first second where they never kicked the ball 10 metres.
We're gonna start. Our ball is the kickoff. We have to retain that kickoff.
Be patient. So if we retain kickoff, nothing wrong with a mate. Stay behind because the ball's blowing up. Stay behind, mate. If we lose, we quickly call what? Secure. Early. If we win, we keep ball. We're patient. Mate, spread. We have to run our cuts better on the outsides because we're still running a bit late. Run our cuts and then support our cuts. I know it sounds obvious, but one more score and the game is done. Don't allow them anything now. We talk about the last minute of the first half, the first minute of the second half. If you really want this tournament, this first minute of the second half is going to be golden for Fiji. Sense?
Such a great feature of the coverage of the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series men's and women's. Our man in the truck, Striv, getting you in up close. And amongst those huddles, so good to hear the coaches giving those messages.
And look, the thing that I like about Ben Ryan is the message that he gets out there is that we really want this tournament. You know, they were disappointed, obviously, of what happened last week in Wellington, looking to try and make amends and getting knocked out by South Africa in the semi-finals.
Back underway, second half action about to play out for you folks here in Sydney, Fiji. Leading by 3 converted tries. Offside,
Fiji.
The call there against Fiji.
No. Within a metre of the tackle, he's offside.
Still some great Cup quarterfinals to come too. England, Australia next up, then South Africa and Argentina. It's much better from Kenya. Going through is Uma. Uma takes play. The first time for Kenya into the Fijian 22 and standing strongly there in the tackle is Amonde. Fighting for every inch.
Advantage.
And again, it's Uma.
They're starting to get a roll on here, Kenya. They've only still got to get 6 players. Now they'll get back to 7. Collins and Jetta goes on with it.
Njira pops beautifully. And Kenya are on the board. They're going to keep coming all day long.
He's their top try scorer here in Sydney. That's his 5th, 28th of the series. But Oscar Yodi runs beautiful lines. They got the penalty. And then the momentum was certainly with them from the start. There is Collins and Jetta, the offload. The line that Oscar Ayodi ran was from outside in, coming back into the weak shoulder of Kolini Sau. And finally, the Kenyan supporters have something to jump up and down about.
Kick is on the way from the boot of Biko Adema, and it's good. Can you get the first points in the second half? It's 21-7 in favour of Fiji.
Just went to show as well from the kickoff. Pio Tuwai got up and batted it back, but there was a Kenyan player that retained possession, and this game, as you know, Sean, ebbs and flows, and so now momentum certainly with the Kenyans.
Taken there by Kotonimbao, who scored the opening try in his Cup quarter-final. Oh, hello. That's sharp from Veramalua. Prolific offloader, and standing and going through now is Mata. Oh yes, oh yes, Rawatha goes back to Mata. Mata is in, and Fiji just push it a little further out in front.
Well, I said that Kenya had momentum until they kicked the ball off and basically said, here you go, Fiji, do whatever you want with it. Mata's just come off the bench. He handled the ball on a couple of occasions. Here, first the offload from Veramalua, then he backed up. He gave the ball, stayed in support there. He never stopped Rawatha with the inside cut. Then he went back against the grain. The offload And Viliami Mata, talk about making impact from the bench. That's what you want from your players. Fantastic response after they had conceded a try.
Kiki's a terrific one too. Running them up in sevens at the moment, Fiji. They're up 28 points to Kenya's 7.
Just wait, please.
You watch this kickoff. It'll be high, it'll be so that you can get up and compete. That's what you need to do.
Oh, he's dropped it too on that far side.
Knock on.
Big difference, isn't it? From Biko Adima's kickoff earlier, we were just nicely kicked to the Fijians there. Totally different. And 25-8 passes that have been completed from the Fijians. They're in good field position again. The Kenyans have just given too much pill away against the quality side like Fiji. You can't afford to do that.
Yep, if you've got Kenya in your sweepstake, your 7 sweepstake, wherever you're watching it around the world, you're in a little bit of strife right now. Fiji, feed. And now it'll come away through Othe Mafungai. Kenya would dearly love to go in again to give their fans something to cheer. And why not do it with one of the best in the business in Jira? Oh, he's key in that. And Ayodi pops it down. That'll just put a little bit more fuel in the legs of the dancing Kenyans watching on here in Sydney.
Well, it's lovely in the sense that they're getting impact from the bench as well. And Barker with a lovely off-road load, and one of the more experienced players, and Humphrey Kainga gets it to his younger brother, Collins and Jetta. The pass on the inside. Adema gives it out to Ayodi, who says, Barman, I'll have a double.
There were a few doubles going on and around the SFS yesterday as well, with the fans flooding in left and right. Willie Losse in an epic day 1, day 2. He's just heading in exactly the right direction. And 28-12 is the score here in this cup quarter with 1:30 to run.
Let's see if they give the ball away here or they give a chance to compete. That's a better kickoff.
Fiji are up to it though. Kunatani, after spending a little time on the bench, almost gets through. Can the Fijians service up a little teaser for what's to come in the semis and maybe even the cup final later today? Give you folks at home something to get chatting about. Start a step from Ravovo. Just come forward there, unfortunately for the Fijians.
Now they start concentrating on the matchup against New Zealand a little bit later on, local time here in Sydney.
Here's the mark.
What a mouth-watering semi-final that's going to be between two of the heavyweights. But the Kenyans, they'll be desperate to try and get another 7-pointer if they can for the end of this.
Crouch. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Kenya hoping to finish with a bang here. Set play and skipping around the runner was Adema. It's gone back is the call, so there's still a hope here via Oyu. Ripped into the turf. Pops beautifully.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage coming. Excellent offload. Where was this in the first half for Kenya?
Advantage over.
Penalty advantage over. Lurking inside was Mwale. Off the knees, no, knocked on is a call. So it fizzles out of the back end, but you got plenty of bang for buck early on with Fiji dominating Kenya. We've got ourselves our first cup semi-final all sorted out. It'll be the men from Fiji taking on New Zealand, they are home here in the Cup quarter. 28 points to 12.
Cheers, bro.
Oh, so many wonderful performers in that game for Fiji. Offloading left and right. Plenty of work from Kantonibau and Kunatani, the big rangy Fijians. Rawatha with the 2 tries. Let's go sideline now to get a little bit of reaction out of that one.
I'll say a great win from Fiji now through to the semi-finals against New Zealand. Must be happy.
We are very happy that we won the game against Kenya. It was a tough game. Despite the scoreline, we knew Kenya is a very good side, and they've been making the quarterfinal of the every tournament since it started in Dubai. So we're happy to come through.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yes, congratulations to Fiji.